took a book out of what people have been telling me to go back to where I came from. And so I made a quick trip to India in the last week or so.
Also, not where you come from.
Exactly.
Can you beat a house cat in a street fight?
I reckon if you can get behind them, oh, chokehold.
Submit them. A rear naked choke. Welcome back to Critical Banter. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into a single podcast. For this week's episode, we'll be playing the classic TCB game, Stockholm Syndrome, as well as discussing what animals we could beat in a fight on Animal Wars. But before that trap the week, for the first time with all the boys, it's me, Miguel. We have Kushi over there.
Yes, sir.
We have Rowie at the main table.
G'day, g'day.
And we have Seni from his long 1 week break.
Does feel long, doesn't it?
It does.
But no, I missed last week's episode. I took a book out of what people have been telling me to go back to where I came from. And so I made a quick trip to India in the last week or so.
Also, not where you come from.
Exactly.
Just allow it.
That's what the listeners think. The viewers, the TikTok comments think.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where
For
they
them,
think
it's
you're
all
from.
the same. Yeah, it was my first time actually to India, and you know how like, the meme is like, in India, there's no road rules, you make your own lane, blah blah blah. I believed it, but I'm sure it's just
Like I've heard him made
exaggerated.
that joke as
Yeah,
well.
I absolutely have. But when when we got there, the cab driver who picked us up from the airport, within 30 seconds had already broken 7 different Australian road rules. This man, I think it was like a 50 or 60 kilometer road. He was doing 100.
Yeah, but number one, so
He was driving in the middle of the road, like in the divider between the lanes going this way and the lanes going that way.
that sounds rogue. I've not seen that.
Seriously?
Like
So
on
I'm being
a
serious.
two-lane road, right? If
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
two-lane road, usually there's like 3 or 4 cars side by side.
Minimum.
Interweaving.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
I've not seen a car drive half on his side and half on the other side. That seems...
There was so much traffic.
Unsafe.
He went through the middle part to get around a bit of the traffic and was weaving into oncoming traffic essentially. And I realized the biggest tool on Indian roads is the horn. The power of the horn is
Beautiful.
That's all you need.
Really? I think it's just ambient noise. Like
No, dude, there's method to the madness with the horn is what I've realized. So if you want to overtake someone, you give them a horn
Give him beep beep.
and then you go around them.
Let him know. Dude.
I always thought it was ambient. So when I'll come back to India next time, and if I was to drive, I'd install that GTA horn. That'd go bum ba da bum bum bum.
The Ride of the Valkyries.
No, the horn here is like a aggressive.
It's aggressive, exactly.
It's like a what are you doing, you
Like
idiot?
yeah,
In
exactly.
India or in Asian countries, it's more of a I'm here.
Hey, by the
just to
way,
let you know.
exactly.
No one checks their blind spots. You just hear the horn and you understand there's someone around you, so you don't move.
It was like that in Bali as well. Like when we're
Yeah.
driving on a tight road and you can't see the corner.
Yeah, it's just to
The
let
brother
you know,
would just
hey,
horn and just gun it around the
I kinda
corner.
like it,
I like it as well. But like you said, Kush, it did become like white noise after a couple of days of
Exactly.
being there. Like I didn't even notice it anymore. But that first day,
Yeah.
it was like a symphony of just horns on the road.
Yeah, but did you how you said he drove in the middle for a
Yeah.
long time? It's kind of. I always thought the middle is a very rogue place because that's where the cows are. They're all stationary in the middle.
Oh, don't get me started on the livestock.
Yeah,
I saw a zoo every day. There was cows, goats, dogs. I saw peacocks, pigs, everything on the road. We didn't stop for most animals except for the odd cow and goat. If it was on the street, especially the cow didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like
no.
if you're behind a cow and you're horning away,
No.
brother doesn't give a fuck. You got to wait for him to go.
Exactly.
My mum forwarded me Australia's new traffic rules. Do you want to know what the fine is for honking your horn in Australia?
There's a fine
Yeah, there is a fine.
For what? Like honking it?
just for no reason, or just if
So this is the thing. Waving or honking your horn while driving is a fine of $337 and 3 demerit points.
so you can't honk ever at any point.
There's a couple of rules here that are maybe they should take a page out of.
Nah, it's got to be for some reason.
It has to be like
the horn exists. It's a tool that exists.
It must be unnecessary honking
Yeah.
or like honking in a quiet area after a certain time or something like that.
How
Surely,
track that. Like how?
yeah, well, that as well. Yeah,
What do you mean? If like I'm sure it's one of those rules that like exists, but like maybe it's not enforced.
enforce. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's also like running an orange light, $397 plus 3 demerit points.
I would have lost my license a long time ago if that's an actual rule.
Isn't that a bit ridiculous? No?
What is the source of truth here?
Where's this from? Is this one of
Here
these
we go.
WhatsApp forwards?
No, okay, look, it does say forwarded, but it's...
It is also on WhatsApp.
It is on WhatsApp. That's not what my family uses, but it's a legitimate news article from Sydney Morning Herald.
But yeah, my favorite part of that car ride, it was about an hour from the hotel to the airport, and this guy had my life in his hands, and it was terrifying at times. But my favorite part was maybe 40 minutes in, the cab driver decided that was a good point to put his seatbelt on. I'm like, mate, you've gone about 3/4 of this journey without it. Don't bother.
Maybe that's just telling you it's going to level up. You know, the danger's increasing, so he needs to be prepared as well.
Now, you know the funniest thing about like my experience of driving in India is like really young. I was like 10, 11 years old. I wasn't driving, but it was my uncle, of course. And he was driving on the roads. And this is when I realized it's just a roller coaster. It's just your Orlando, Disneyland. When my uncle, who's as a way to make the children excited in his car, would just go, whoa, like swerve to the left and right. And we'd be like, whoa, this is an actual roller coaster. So that's my experience of driving in India. It is that.
It is survival of the fittest. I mean, we had a driver one of the other days, and for him, it was a game. Like, if someone overtook him, he got some anger in his... Like, this guy had road rage as well. This guy would put into fifth and then...
If someone overtakes you...
Yeah, absolutely. But I do it within the confines of the law. This guy, every single person, he took it as a challenge.
Yeah.
And so we were in like a big SUV, and if like a little, Toyota Yaris or whatever overtook him, man just saw red.
Lewis Hamilton. Just
Legit.
got to overtake.
And this guy as well. So we were stuck in traffic for a bit, and then we were basically, so there's the road, then there's the pavement next to the road, and we were on the pavement next to the road. And then next to us was just a valley, like it just went down into like the sewage.
Yeah.
And so we were basically right on the side, and there was like heaps of traffic, and all these motorbikes behind us were trying to get past, but like they wanted us to move over to the left, but obviously if we went any further left, we'd be in the Ganges River essentially.
Yeah.
And so like they were all honking my driver, and so the driver, like it was like a constant honk for 5 minutes straight. My driver kept looking into his rear view mirror, and then eventually opened the door, got out, and got into the motorbike driver's face, started yelling. He started going back. Me and my dad were just cracking up laughing. I'm like, bro, swing at him. Like, we got some backup here. 3 of us, 1 of him, we'll take him on. And eventually, we did actually move very slightly to the left and let all these motorbikes go through. I will say, I think India has the best drivers. I'm going to put that out there. Pound for pound. Just pure talent, I'm saying India has the best drivers.
Great.
Because like it's aggressive driving. Everyone like, even though everyone's like in and amongst it in these Asian countries, like even Bali, right? Like you just got to make your own way, and people will part like the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Confident.
I didn't see a single accident in my time there.
Well, here's the thing. I think everyone, like here, they say you should be alert at driving at all times. You should. But there are times when drivers, sometimes they relax, one hand on the wheel, one hand on the milkshake kind of thing. In India, you're alert every second of the day.
Yeah, driving
That's
is
the difference.
Driving it's an extreme sport.
Not to mention, you have motorbikes. Like, a little motorbike can hold an entire family. You can have like 6 people on one
I
motorbike.
think you can.
I saw one where
That's true.
a husband, a wife, and they had 3 kids on there.
Your little Sanju at the front in the cat cart.
Dude, I saw 5 people on a motorbike. And then the tuk-tuks, I saw at least 12 people in one tuk-tuk as well.
Fuck.
How does that even balance? There was dead set people sitting next to this tuk-tuk driver.
Yeah, just getting their heads to hold the wheel. It's like when they let shit kill them into the cockpit.
Surely becomes a game of Tetris. People are horizontally inclined at that point. You got to balance it.
But yeah, overall good trip. But then now on the way back, I landed, except my baggage didn't land with me, and that's been a week now. And so I've been embroiled in a long-standing battle with an airline, which I won't name.
Why don't you name it, Sam?
I fly them quite frequently, so I'd like to keep that relationship going.
We're happy to slander Jetstar on this podcast.
Oh yeah, I'll sink the foot into Jetstar, but
Redacted.
Redacted.
Do you potentially get points for this airline, huh?
I still call Australia home. Some might say. We're not happy for it.
Personal ties into the.
But yeah, my baggage is. I called them up. I've called them up at least every day this week. I think I'm like one of their loyal customers at this point.
Where is it?
I've called the same guy. So when I call up, it's a guy called Kenneth up in Philippines. So
He won't drop the airline, but he'll drop this.
Oh yeah, shout out my brother Kenneth. I actually told him, like, if I don't have it by Thursday, I'm calling you again, brother. I hope you know that. And I did call him again. Every time I call up, they say, your bag is missing. What do you mean missing, bro? I put it on the fucking belt in Singapore. I said bye to it. How does it get missing between there and then getting on the plane?
Someone's taken it from the conveyor belt, surely, right?
No, I think it's just you. It's the baggage handlers. You've seen those videos of the baggage handlers, right? They just disrespect the luggage.
That's here in Australia. I assume in Singapore, you know, if you do that,
Mate,
they'll chop your hands off for that or something.
Chance, yeah. I reckon all baggage
Or like
handlers are
spitting
the same.
gum.
Yeah, exactly.
I reckon they've chucked it onto a conveyor belt.
I reckon it's in like
It's in-
Finland or some
Exactly,
shit, dude.
yeah, it's
And they're
in
getting it back and they don't want to tell you that they've put it in the wrong plane.
Well, yeah, one of my workmates was saying she had a similar situation with the same airline. She was flying back from Chicago. A couple of weeks passed, and then her boss was like this, like a big dog, like gold class member for this airline. So she name dropped him, and then within a day they found her bag miraculously, and it was back at her doorstep. Apparently, it was in Brisbane. It's like, how did I flew Chicago to Sydney? How did I end up in Brisbane? But
Do you know
so
any-
maybe I might have to be doing that soon as well.
Do you know any big dog?
I'm just going to use the same big dog she used.
So
Oh, yeah.
what did you lose, by the way? The amounts. What do you reckon the value is?
What are the contents of your rough contents of your
thinking
bag?
that.
Marijuana.
No, Rohit didn't travel. It's all right.
Why is this?
Strays.
It's not a thing.
Got it.
Just clothes, toiletries,
Clothes, toiletries, shoes.
over $1,000 worth of nuts.
Parts of plants.
Yeah, there's a live fish in there. I think it's probably dead by now. Yeah, I don't know, probably $1,000, maybe $2,000 worth of
Is it just clothes though? What else?
clothes,
what actually
shoes,
is in there
toiletries. My
Souvenir.
Manscaped stuff is actually in there.
Oh, that's
It's valuable.
So had some souvenirs, some gifts. It's what?
Shame. No, nothing. That is a damn shame. Hopefully you can find it soon.
Hope-
How much are you telling the airline it's worth? That's the real
10,000.
question. There you go.
You have insurance? Yeah. What happens if you
Yeah,
can't find it?
see, my travel insurance, they said they only give you $500 for delayed.
Yeah.
I think for lost, it's like, it's either 1,000 or 10,000. I can't remember what the value is, but
It's a pretty
yeah, it
big
has to be
difference.
lost.
Yeah.
Right now, it's only delayed, so I can only get 500, but I have to pay in excess of $200.
Right.
So I'm like,
What do you mean? It's still $300 for free.
So
No?
let's say it's $10,000. Would you rather it never reach your door again?
would you rather?
Yeah. Would you rather get your shit back? Would you rather get 10 grand, but you have to like buy all your shit again?
Yeah, well, that's a good question.
No, I'd rather just get my shit back, to be honest.
really 10 grand. I take that any day.
No, because I don't think it is 10 grand. I think it's closer to 1, to be honest. I just remember seeing a 1 and a
seems
couple of
low.
zeros.
1 seems very low.
Okay, I'll have to double check it.
But 10 seems awfully
But
high.
10 seems awfully high, right? Yeah.
Confused. What's your level of cover?
It was Comprehensive Allianz. Shout out those guys.
We'll see.
They said I can make a claim by mid-April. So I actually have a couple of times to see. Yeah.
Is that the time for them to consider it
Yeah,
lost?
so it's 4 months from when you took out the policy.
What? Even though the guy on the phone you said the baggage was lost.
Missing, not lost.
Okay.
Same thing. What's the difference?
Yeah, it's in a state of being missing. It's not lost.
Lost is definitive.
They haven't given up.
They've given up on it. They've given up.
4 months though.
It's not the MH370. They've just given up.
Do you know what's shocking though? Is that like you go on the conveyor belt and no suitcases are the same. Have you ever thought of that? Like there's the variation of suitcases when you're trying to get it back after you've had a flight. I've not seen a duplicate. They look similar, but like how many designs are there?
What are you trying to get at here?
I'm just not trying to get anything. I'm just confused at why there's not duplicate. Like me and you wore the same shirt in Bali 3 days in a row. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's shopping at the same locations. Samsonites. I don't know any other brands.
American tourists.
No, I feel like nowadays Samsonites, they're very similar.
But have you ever seen?
I think I have,
Super-
because on our way back from Bali, someone fucking took my luggage from the conveyor belt.
There you go.
But it's similar. It wouldn't have been the same suitcase.
But I think it was. It was the same color. It was the soft shell design.
Yours was black or brown or something?
I had a black one. My missus had a purple one. I think they also took the purple one. I saw on the conveyor belt there was also a purple one. I don't know. Again, I can't verify if it was the same size.
But what do you do? Like, because you realistically you get that little tag and you're supposed to match the numbers or whatever.
No, it has your name on it.
Where?
It's got your name and the number.
It's got that.
And that's why you slap random shit on your
Yeah.
luggage. I
Do you-
slap colored tape on it.
Yeah, do you guys not do that? Put covers, put the tapes on it?
Well, I actually have a bag tag
Yeah.
But on this trip as well, that got stolen off my bag. It has to personalize with my initials on it.
Yeah.
No, but you don't put those valuable. You put tape, bro. You put colored tape.
Nah, I'm just gonna put
stealing your
ribbons or some
tape,
shit.
man.
Exactly.
My mum puts like the ribbon you put to wrap gifts.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
slaps so much of that on.
So my parents do that for theirs, but I'm like, oh, I'll be fancy.
Yeah,
I'll
my
get a nice
parents do as well.
personalized one.
Yeah, that's why you don't put a personalized
Nah,
like
it's been nicked, so-
Australia, like embroidered whatever, bro. You just put random invaluable shit on it.
Is that a business idea? Like suitcase branding?
No, because then you just buy fucking tape for $1. That's the same
Looks better,
job.
right? You want your suitcase to look nice, all right? Having tape like a crime scene. It's not aesthetic.
Maybe it's a business idea.
Righty, boys. Our game this week is a bit topical. I've been seeing it all over my feed against my will. It is Stockholm Syndrome. And you're going to have to choose between if this quote is from Prince Harry's new salacious memoir, Spare, or from E.L. James's seminal novel. Something I read, and Manu, I think you read as well, in Year 9 English.
I read parts of it.
50 Shades of Grey.
I think I still have the PDF to this day. So.
I have all 3 PDFs if anyone is interested. Message me. So, boys,
Prince Harry a big bowling fan or something? Spare. Why is it named that?
it's good. Good. No, so the reason it's called... I was thinking, do I actually have to explain this? But I will.
I actually don't know.
So it's like it's a royal term where obviously you want a male to be your heir, but then you often want a second one just in case the first one dies or does something stupid. So the second one is called the spare. The first one is the
heir.
Gotcha.
The first one's the heir, the second one's the spare. So and he was often called.
Catchy.
Apparently the day he was born, he says, King Charlie said, thanks Diana, you've now given me a spare.
Ooh, okay.
So
Nice to
there's a
hear
lot
as a
of.
child.
Salacious.
Is this a quote from Prince Harry's Spare or a quote from 50 Shades of Grey? An older woman who liked macho horses treated me like a young stallion.
At least he's got spare written all
This is
over it.
spare. Horse riding
Stallion.
is absolutely, but also at the same time.
Okay, so
Treated me like a young stallion.
Oh.
What was the first part of that said? There was some giveaway, I think.
An older woman who liked macho horses treated me like a young stallion.
An older woman. Isn't 50 Shades
Yeah, this
of
is going to be a
Grey
giveaway. 50 Shades of Grey is written in the perspective of
a female, so it would have been an older man.
Anastasia Grey. I think, no. Christian Grey. No, I don't know her name. Christian Grey's a geezer.
Yeah.
Anastasia, I think, is the name.
Sure. And you read it, so you know all the quotes.
Absolutely.
This is I think this is spare. Horseback riding, royal.
Correct.
Older woman,
Yeah.
a bit of...
Book POV.
I won't go into what I was about to say.
No, please say it.
No, a bit
love to hear it.
No, we'll go on. Horse riding, I think that's more than enough to deduce.
This is spare.
from Spare.
Through and through.
Unless Prince Harry's got some Freudian things we don't know about.
Spare is correct. That was
Lovely.
actually the first quote I saw. I saw an article, and this was the first one I saw, and I'm like, "What the hell is this book about?" I thought it was just like how the royals were treating them like shit, but no, apparently, yeah, it's a lot about just him getting roots and getting munted and.
Really? That actually
it's-
sounds interesting. Book might read.
Oh,
now.
God, here we
Prince
go.
Harry, no?
Well, I'll try and find you a free PDF of it, save you from buying it. Next one. That's love, I thought, though I managed to keep the word inside.
This is more of a
Yeah.
thinker.
But this feels like more 50 Shades. This is like Anastasia Grey or whatever. She's found love in the BDSM of Christian. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what it sounds like to me.
First person narration as well. I'm thinking maybe 50 Shades here.
That was the key theme of 50 Shades of Grey, I must add, She's drawn into this life of, that's what Rose said, BDSM. But the guy didn't think it was love. She thought it was love.
Strong conflict. It's a very strong conflict.
Good storyline.
It goes back to Shakespearean times, there's tragedies.
What are we thinking? In Prince Harry is saying that? Like that sounds like a.
It could be when, maybe he was kicked from the family. He thought it was love.
What's the quote again?
Wow.
That's love, I thought, though I managed to keep the words inside.
Doesn't that
Maybe him leaving the royal family was out of love, but
that doesn't
he couldn't
sound
say.
right? Okay, I would understand if it was like he was talking about him and Meghan, and it's like that's love. But I don't know, man. I don't see Prince Harry saying that. after what was the previous quote? Like, I mounted a young bucker or whatever. Like,
An old woman mounted him like a stallion. I don't know. So are we going, what do you think, Kush? 50?
I think 50 Shades. It's the
50.
narration that's getting to me here.
yeah, it sounds like Anastasia saying that.
All right, that is indeed Prince Harry
Oh,
talking about Meghan Markle. It is.
Just say it, dude. Why are you keeping it in? Sorry.
Love
I think
is
it was
love. Come on.
It was basically their first date or something, and he felt that powerfully already. All right. So your next one. He said such loving things today, but how long will he want to do this without wanting to beat the shit out of me?
very clearly Prince Harry. Prince Harry's relationship with Charles, no doubt.
Again,
I mean,
do we need to say this?
There's old Christian Grey here.
Christian. It has to be about Christian.
Yeah, that's a pretty aggressive quote.
Surely, you're right.
Or Sen have just gotten 10 spare quotes. But I would like to say it is 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Correct. It is 50 Shades of Grey. All right, the next one. I must be the color of the Communist Manifesto.
What?
I feel like I've seen photos of Prince Harry and he's pretty red.
He's red. He's red as a tomato. Or
He's red as
Would you say
the
he's
Communist Manifesto.
As red as the Communist Manifesto?
But what is the Communist Manifesto? He's talking about the flag? Is that
No,
what the
it's
manifesto
symbolically red, you know? Red's under the bed. Communists are red.
Do we think there are themes of communism in 50 Shades of Grey?
I don't think there is communist undertones in 50 Shades of Grey. Do I back what is the author what is it?
E.L. James.
E.L. James. Do I back him to his communist allegory? To his communist allegory.
Up at Admiral Farm, you reckon?
Exactly. Do I back that? Not so much. Do I back Prince Harry calling himself red as a man who's been in the royal family, knows politics, knows these political terms?
True.
That's a very good point.
Well, you're saying E.L. James hasn't read George Orwell?
So she has, but it's not the target demographic of
That's true.
young adults who want material salacious material to get themselves going.
Is it potentially that we've been reading 50 Shades wrong the whole time? BDSM was communism.
We've taken it too literally.
Yeah,
We've taken it too literally.
Exactly.
Ooh, shit.
Who knows? Maybe it was a...
No, I'm going to say no. I would like to believe it is spare.
Okay, spare it is.
That is indeed E.L. James, 50 Shades of Grey.
What? Which content? I've not heard this ever.
Bro has read it front to back.
Like Kush said, maybe you guys have been reading 50 Shades wrong. Actually, speaking of, have you seen this TikTok trend of Big Joe?
No.
Oh, the cheese rat? Is that? No, I think it was something else.
Nah, it's just this high school kid. He's like this big guy.
Oh, I have
And it's
Oh,
like
he drops a quote.
Yeah, he's like, what's the quote of the day? He's like, I'm 5'10", but if I stand on my money, I'm still 5'10", and he just walks away.
bars.
And then everyone's like, you guys are hearing him, but you're not listening.
No, fair enough.
All right, next one. In truth, you can't hurt people if you see them as people.
See, that's not a very deep quote, is it? It feels factually incorrect.
Big Joe.
Well, this is confusing to me now. I mean, I'm thinking it's Harry.
I don't understand this quote. What you
As
can't
in, like, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, this is my interpretation of the quote, right? Like, I'm pretty sure when like in wars and stuff, when they committed atrocities, they didn't see people as like people. They saw them as like
Resources.
animals or
Correct.
whatever. So he's like, you can't hurt people if you see them as people.
Okay, so it's in the context of war, potentially, you're thinking?
Humanistic side.
Because I was thinking potentially Meghan Markle, like, oh, okay, Harry, that's a bit weird. You know?
Oh, you reckon Prince Harry's like a philosopher and Meghan's like, stop trying to be deep. I'm 13 and this is deep.
No, like, but perhaps he doesn't see Meghan as a person.
Hey?
Out of all people, I think Prince Harry sees her as a person.
Why don't I just listen to it?
No, I'm thinking, it could be a concept of war because wasn't Prince Harry
True.
he was in the army.
He was in the army.
He served. So maybe they gave him context of, maybe these aren't people. And also, from the royal family, probably sees people as numbers,
But
People he rules, they're just numbers to him. They're no one. But now he's in touch with the common man.
He is, yeah.
Went to the army, saw their faces, learned their stories. And maybe
You can't
now that's why maybe he left the royal family as well. He's now approaching it differently.
But have we been interpreting 50 Shades wrong? Is BDSM the atrocities of war, and is love the humanity
Yeah,
side
I mean,
of
is
war?
Anastasia saying like while Christian beats me up, you can't hurt people if you see them as people. He doesn't see Anastasia as.
Exactly.
It's not actually hurt, it's love, potentially.
Yeah.
Now I'm confused. After that one, the Communist Manifesto, thrown me all over the shop here. I want to say spare, but I'm open to.
I think this might be 50 Shades. I feel this is 50
Don't give
Shades.
me this. Don't give me this deciding vote.
We'll leave it to Mix to decide.
One of these ones.
In spare, because I think it is Prince Harry talking about his experiences.
Very good. That actually was spare, but I was hoping Kush would sway you the other way. I cheated there a bit. I didn't give you the full quote. It's in truth, you can't hurt people if you see them as people. They were chess pieces taken off the board. Bad guys eliminated before they kill good guys. So it was
Very much, yeah.
It was to
It's
do
class.
with war.
It's class.
All right, the final one. The penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized.
Well,
No, I don't think it's as simple as this is. Why would Anastasia write about a traumatized penis?
Why would Harry write about an
I
oscillating
don't
penis?
fucking know. But apparently this is about him getting munted in roots, man. Getting mounted by a stallion or some shit. So God knows what smuts in this book.
Yeah, maybe. What was happening in the penis?
oscillating.
The penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized.
Nah, but if it's Harry, surely it's my penis. Unless
He considers his penis a third person kind of.
there's another penis involved, which I kind of don't want to speak about.
It seems
50
very.
Shades, or are you talking about
I'm talking Prince
spare?
Harry.
Okay.
Because again, if there's penis being talked about, I feel like it'd be my penis.
What do you think he's describing here? Potentially a first experience? Because he's saying traumatic, sensitive. He's unsure of his feelings about his penis, his genitalia.
No, it's hurting. I think he's like. I think this person maybe has done some drugs and
It's in pain, you reckon?
he's just he's cooked out of his mind. Like I feel like Sen said that at the beginning. Like this guy was talking about his experiences.
Maybe he
there.
broke his banjo string. I don't know.
Don't put that in my mind, please. I don't think this can be 50 Shades of Grey. Like I don't remember Anastasia describing.
What was the quote for one last time? Read it out to us as best as you can.
For the hectics, the penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized.
How does she know that? How does Anastasia know that?
How does she know it's sensitive?
I think this is 50.
Traumatizing.
I think it's 50.
No, Harry is describing a sexual experience that he's had, and obviously he's used those words. No, is this? Am I?
We'll back you, right? We'll back you.
For the hectics, I want to believe that it's out of
Haz.
Prince Harry's mouth. It's Hazza.
It is indeed Hazard.
Well done.
It's when he went to the South Pole and his penis got frostbite. And so the tip of his penis, or as he calls it, his todger, was
Todger, the
old Johnson was frostbitten, and so it was, like you said, oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized.
Wow.
I've got one more quote. This one's an easy one, but I just want to read it out anyway. It's pretty funny. It's actually to do with the last quote, and it just says, "What was the universe trying to say to me by depriving me of both my penis and my brother?"
What the fuck?
What is this book?
This just doesn't sound well written at all.
Well, it was ghost written. So there was a professional writer who wrote this.
Oh, okay.
And it's Harry's words, but someone else has probably like filtered and edited it.
I would love this to be an audiobook narrated by Prince Harry.
It is.
Maybe I will.
What?
Yeah, it is. It is narrated by Harry. That's what all the TikToks I've been seeing is.
Well, then maybe that'll be my next Audible purchase.
So I think you guys got most of them right, except for two. So well done, boys.
Lovely stuff.
This is Animal Wars. So there was an article that came out maybe a month or so ago. Basically, it stated Americans are more confident than Britons that they could beat any animal in a fight. And so they interviewed Americans, they interviewed people from Britain, and went through a list of animals, and they basically said who they could beat in a fight. I feel like we're missing out Australia's perspective on this, and I want to delve into, can we beat these animals in a fight? It's a 1v1 street match.
Street rules.
Street rules.
So anything goes.
Anything goes.
Cheap shots. You name it.
Whatever you want to do, you can do to these animals.
Hey. Wait a second.
But fist, like, no weaponry.
Yeah, you can't. It's not with a. Like,
That's probably
a
why the
saber.
Americans thought they would just get a gun and just fucking
No, this is
hand on hand.
Hands
Oh
over,
shit!
okay.
Okay.
First animal. Can you beat a rat in a street fight?
I'm beating Master Splinter in a fight. Hundo.
I don't think so. The Black Plague. I will die regardless.
Yeah.
So you mean long term?
Long term, I'm
the
losing.
rat will win.
The rat will win.
no, it'll be a
one
draw
rat,
then.
There is one rat and there is one of you. And this is the easiest one, mind you. Like, supposedly. This is the first one on the list.
Look, I may beat him in the fight. I may win, but I lose in the long term.
Lose
Alright?
the war.
Yeah, you'll lose the war. You're stepping on the rat. You're winning.
But they're
I will.
quick. They are quick.
I've never killed a rat in real life. Like, I've never had the opportunity.
I have had the opportunity to see my family and I go after a rat in our home once.
So it was 4 people versus 1 rat.
Yeah,
Who won?
we won. We got the rat, threw him outside, get the fuck out of our house.
Oh, so you didn't kill him. You just
No,
banished
you're not
him.
meant to kill him. You're not meant to kill him. You're meant to trap him and.
No way, rat. If I get my hands on a rat,
Yeah,
Remy's
dude,
dying.
You reckon you're strangling him, or how you doing
Yeah,
it?
just look him in the eye. Just
Squeeze him.
Cook again,
How would
motherfucker.
you? Mouse trap? Do mouse traps kill mouses or rats or whatever?
No, they're not meant to kill them. They're meant to trap them.
Like incapacitate them.
So
but
what
then they die
my
eventually.
what my dad did, because another method is you get like there's like a little mat and it has like adhesive on it. So you trap them. You don't like clamp or anything, but they're stuck because of the glue or whatever. So you put a bit of you entice them. You put a bit of meat or whatever. They get greedy. They go for it, and all of a sudden they're stuck in some goo. And then in the morning you just chuck them
Get
out.
the shotgun
Get a
out.
hammer. Yeah.
So we don't have any of these tools at our disposal, unfortunately.
Oh, so it has to be your bear.
But the rat is in the context of the animals aren't running away. You're fighting.
You're fighting. You're
You're
in a
stuck
fight.
in
You
the
will
circle.
you will step on the rat and you'll move on.
Okay.
I reckon you could go for a quick punt. You know, you'll connect the punt.
Just fucking.
Up you go.
We can all kill a rat.
3-0. All right, the next one. Can you beat a house cat in a street fight?
That's another punt situation.
A house cat.
Yeah.
That's another. You just can't let it. It'll scratch at you. It'll gnaw at you. But at the end of the day, send
I
it.
reckon if you can get behind them, a little chokehold.
Submit them.
they,
A rear naked choke.
they ain't scratching you.
Kush
They ain't
retains the
scratching
belt.
They're pretty feisty though, no? Cats?
Yeah, they're 100% feisty.
But a cat's not going to beat you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
They
either
may
gonna-
injure you. They may injure you. though.
Yeah, but
Slightly.
slightly. They'll scratch
The
you.
only
That's
reason why
about it.
people get injured by cats these days is because no one wants to fight them back. But if you remove the fact that you don't want to fight them back, they don't get into
Throw
you.
hands, yeah.
They jump at your fucking right hook, dude. Send them, man.
Yeah.
Duck and weave, bang, dude.
So everyone thinks they can beat a cat?
I think.
House cat, 100%.
3-0. So, yeah, all right. You're in the majority here. 69% of Americans think they could beat a house cat in a fight.
69.
That's
So
low.
there's 31% that think otherwise.
61% of Britons think they can beat a house cat.
How big do they think a house cat is? I think it's a tiger or something.
Maybe they're realistic. All right. Can you beat a goose in a street fight?
Yeah, again, easy, surely.
This one's a little harder to put in the chokehold, but you
but-
grab by the neck.
Dude, it's got such a long neck. Wait, what's a goose again? Yeah, it has a long neck.
Exactly.
So
So,
just-
you grab by the neck and just right hook it. You're done. I reckon that's it. That's easy.
yeah, I don't see how else. Again, it can't beat you.
For these first few animals, I'm still thinking in what Kush mentioned before, punting them. Can I punt them?
You're not killing them.
No, but if I get, but they still want to scrap. They still want to come back. If I could still punt ya,
Yeah.
I'm beating you.
And that's a tough injury to get, come back from a punt. Like you're getting
Because
sent.
it's a small goose, and I will get so much force behind a punt, dude. That's internal bleeding at least. That's a broken rib. That's something. Punctured lung. There has to be something.
Getting some demons out today. Especially between you two.
This is 3-0. 3-0 again. But this is crazy. So only 61% of Americans think they can beat a goose in a fight.
That's because Americans don't know what a goose is, bro.
And apparently only 45% of Britons think they can beat a goose in a fight.
What?
So you guys,
Are we misinterpreting this?
This is a goose, bro.
yeah,
That's a goose.
yeah. We're gonna find out on the YouTube.
That's a goose, bro. What do you mean? Oh my days.
It's not like they have things to scratch as well,
No.
like cats. Like what?
They have
second-
webbed feet, bro.
The second search is how to roast a goose. So yes.
all right, we move on. I think this is when it starts getting a bit more dicey. Can you beat a medium-sized dog in a street fight? Now, let's
Define medium. All right.
So Mickey says a dog, Ollie. I would
Small.
say that's a small dog.
That's a small dog.
I have a dog, Harley.
That's a big dog.
Is that a big dog?
That's
That's
extra large.
That's a chunky dog.
That's extra fucking large.
I can do it.
Good
I can do
luck
it.
doing
I can do it. I'll give you a tactic. You know what you do here?
Yeah.
And I've seen this before, in fact, and heard of it before. You let the dog let's say you're wearing full sleeves. Let the dog have a little chomp, right?
the arm.
So it's holding you.
But
bang,
Actually, it's on the
bang.
side.
Couple of hits with the right hit fist. They're gone.
I'm concerned.
They're gone.
Okay, what's the
Is
medium
this
dog,
based
though?
on seeing the K9 unit in like COD or something when you call the dogs on someone?
Nah, but
Yeah, that's actually true. 11 kill streak, attack dog.
Attack dogs.
So they're not easy to kill.
Yeah,
That's
I was gonna
literally,
say.
But that's attack dogs.
And
Yeah,
that was-
that's different.
That
That's
was one dog at you, and you have a gun, and you can't even beat them.
I
Sometimes.
could beat him if there was only one. I was shooting at him, headshots.
I reckon I could do it with my tactic. I think you could do it.
But it's like a rabid dog. I reckon it's not a.
That's why you let it bait. You let
It's
it
not
trump on
Rohit's
you.
dog where it's a calm, nice, just wants a little play. It's rabid.
Let me. Yeah, it's a rabid dog. Let me give you some breeds that are medium-sized dogs. Apparently, bulldog,
Oh yeah.
beagle,
Oh yeah.
Siberian husky, border collie. So this is the
Bit bigger.
size.
What's that banned dog that could kill you?
Rottweiler.
Pitbull,
Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
Can I take Mr. 305? I reckon yes, but it's not as clear cut.
You're definitely getting injured, and I reckon you're going to need some medical attention for a
Yeah.
bit off.
Yeah, I reckon if you don't do it perfectly, you are coming
It's a
out
tough
with.
Is this
injuries.
just out of curiosity? Is this like a gun game where you advance one round after the other, or is
Yeah,
it
you're fighting them back
against-
to back to back.
No,
You go-
you got time between the rounds.
Yeah, last you get a fucking riot shield, lad. No, I reckon it's like the World Cup. You play a game. Few
get a
days
day
off.
Have a few
rest.
days break? Yeah, I think I'll definitely need some medical attention after this. Yeah.
I think you're like overestimating your abilities against a rabid dog. Like I think dogs are pretty scary. Like if they want to be. Like I remember being in India and there was like stray dogs, right? And I remember like looking at the little puppy who was on the side of the road. I didn't know where the mum was. Like I didn't think it existed. I was like, oh, it's a pretty cute dog. I was like just next to it. Then I see the mum on the other side of the street, medium-sized dog, right? Just comes running after you at pace. And your immediate instinct is to run, right? The fear of God is like literally within
I
you.
think that in that situation, you are minding your own business. You want to get on with your day. You don't want to hurt animals. You're in that mindset. Here, if I don't fight, I'm dead.
No, dude,
Exactly.
it's snapping
I'm
at you,
in
man.
fight mode.
The dog is literally coming, snapping at
The
your
part of
legs.
me that doesn't want to hit animals is gone.
There is no flight here. You are purely fighting.
No, but you can't. The instinctual fear you have within you, there's still flight. The fear of flight is there. If you saw a dog running at you, I reckon, like at full pace, I reckon you guys instinctually, you cannot get around the fact that you will be like, oh hell, and then run away. Like, and then that's when you start getting nipped at the legs. That's when it's all over.
Forget instincts. If you use my tactic, you'll win. Guaranteed.
What's the tactic?
you let's say the dog's coming at you. Put your arm out.
You get a chunk of your arm. You'll say,
Let the dog have a little chunk of your arm because the dog is stuck there.
Okay,
It's stuck there, and that's where.
and then what?
few hooks.
And then it starts shaking your arm.
Yeah, so a few hooks. You've got your right
It
arm
rips
free.
out a chunk of your flesh.
It won't. It won't. It won't.
Okay.
I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt here. So you won't.
He's wearing chainmail.
I reckon you could.
I reckon
We're not
you-
saying we're going to come out victorious easy.
Unscathed. Yeah, exactly.
Injuries will happen.
So do you reckon
Even
you can-
I
Kush's
think so,
method,
yeah.
Kush's method, at least bites on the
You're
arm.
getting
Exactly.
severe tissue damage. at
I
least.
think dogs are more durable than you think. It's not a one part. It's like a,
dude.
I'm not saying one. I'm saying you need multiple hooks on that dog to knock him out.
If you're getting a
hooks kill your
clean,
dog.
if you're getting a clean hook on the head,
Yeah. I think
it's at
stunned
least
the dog.
yeah, but it's stunned. Then you follow. You've fucking seen your MMA, bro. When it's there with the stun, you go for the kill.
Ground and pound. All right, fine. 3-0. You're again in the minority. Medium-sized dog.
Story of our lives.
38% of Britons think they can beat in a fight. Almost 50%, 49% of Americans.
Yeah,
All right, we move to a more interesting one. Can you beat an eagle in a street fight?
I think the fact that an eagle has aerial advantage.
That's a huge.
That's a huge advantage. We are stuck to one
With
terrain.
my hands, my fists.
Bro has a precision airstrike.
Swinging at air, bro.
I don't think you can beat an eagle. That is
Really? Because I think you're right. Like the eagle will probably have more hits on you. It'll come down, swoop
It was
you.
a swoop you.
But if you manage to grab a hold of it,
If you grab its neck, similar to the goose, then it's all over.
Eagles, those birds that can gouge your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. They'll
Yeah,
come
dude.
Peck your
Oh my
eyes,
God.
gouge your eyes.
Glasses.
He's got
I don't need extra equipment.
Wear
I
the
got
safety glasses
No,
from.
but I don't think eagles are like so fast that you can't avoid them. Like you'll see them coming swooping, and then you'll just do a little bit of.
But then how do you grab him?
You need to grab them.
You have to be able to see him to grab him. If they're coming for your eyes,
I reckon you're losing your eyes in this.
you're losing at least one or both
Yeah.
eyes in this fight.
Recently at the arcade, I played a game. There's like a tube. You put your arm in, and then like tickets start flying around, and you got to grab the tickets to it.
yeah.
I went into that thinking, "Fuck me, I'm coming out with a jackpot." Nah, I came out with a fucking receipt. All right, that was hard. Grabbing tickets in a stationary fucking area.
It's hard.
Imagine a fucking bird that has all this airspace, come at you, hits your butt, then goes.
It's a big bird, but
we're fighting Big Bird.
Yeah, like I could take Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Hello.
I think I'm going to lose this one. I don't think I can beat the eagle.
I'm just trying to think, what would I do against an eagle, bro?
No, but once you grab it, it's done.
It's done.
You
yeah,
won.
Yeah. So you're
You
the
can
whole
put
thing
it. You can put it like
Crank it.
just curb stomp it. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I think wringing the neck is pretty, like, it's easy to do.
But do you
here.
back yourself to catch an eagle?
no.
No, that's why I'm more of the stationary guys. Let the dog chomp me. The eagle, I'm done. I don't think I can do it.
I reckon I could.
Catch an eagle.
I reckon I could.
All right.
But it's a very risky and it's so easy to go wrong.
Potential death there, you're saying. Potential death.
Yeah, I reckon the dog, high potential injury, no death.
Yeah.
Eagle, high potential death.
Yeah.
How will you die to an eagle?
One wrong move, it's got your eye.
Yeah, but that's not death. That's
Well, then
just
you're
blind.
gone then. The eagle's just going to keep pecking you. You're dead.
If you can't see it.
I'm stunned. That's my version of stunned.
Unless you're
It's
fucking
got me.
daredevil, then no, you're gone.
All right, eagle. We're saying many saying you can win potentially.
Nah.
And we've got 2 losses. All right, the average American, 23% of them think they can beat.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's wrong. 30% of them can beat an eagle. Only 18% of Britons think they can beat an
The
eagle.
British are really weak, aren't they? Really, like, can't beat
Has
it.
a mystic.
Realistic, yeah.
Yeah.
We move on to large dog. So you can beat a medium-sized dog, but can you beat literal attack dogs like
Nah.
No, but a large dog poses a different threat.
German shepherds? That's what I'm thinking is a large.
Are we saying large dog like they are trained or they're like your dog? They're large because they're chunky.
No, they're just rabbit. No.
Harley could absolutely fucking get nah.
So they're still quick.
They're just German shepherd. A German shepherd's coming at you.
Nah.
I reckon I
you
still
beat
can. The same tactic, I can still do it. 'Cause there's an advantage. The aerial advantage of the eagle is where I can't do it. This one, I think there is a potential of death. Not as high as the eagle, but with that same tactic, you got him.
Manny.
I reckon you could choke out a dog.
That's what I thought.
I
for
reckon
the
you could
other
choke
one.
out a
I
dog.
thought you guys were saying punch. I'm like, bro, just squeeze it.
You just
Use
got to
your
get
body
some
weight.
sort of hold on it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to like.
So that's why
try
you-
and get out of it. But as long as you got to, as you said in one of the first albums, you get a good hold.
Yeah.
You know,
But getting hold of it.
Spice up. No. Fix the bomb.
Batista, yeah, it could be good.
Okay.
You're saying, yeah. you're
Randy
saying you guys-
Orton.
exactly. I reckon yes.
Yeah.
All right, okay, yeah, I'll say yes, but it'll be a tough again.
Yeah. There is death potential here. Death potential.
Massive death potential.
All right, large dog. 23% of Americans think they can beat a large dog. 13% of Brits think they can beat a large dog. Can you beat a chimp in a street fight?
No. No chance.
Chimp.
Dude, chimps are ripped, bro. They got arms as well. They'll take you in hand-to-hand
They're
combat.
bouncy.
Look, chimps are a lot
They're
more
agile.
than we think. A lot
Dude,
more
they're
muscular.
strong, bro. They're pure muscle.
I've seen them ripping coconuts like it's nothing.
yeah, dude.
You know?
I'm not beating a chimp. Are you mad?
You've seen, you know, when you see a boxing fight, you see they're light on their feet. You know, they move around. They're really quick. Chimpanzees like that, I
of
reckon.
course, you watched Nope.
Yeah.
You saw the chimp.
That was a scary chimp, I'll tell you that
I'm
much.
not beating a chimp. Are you mad?
But if you get behind the chimp, the chokehold is there. I reckon it is
Nah,
there.
dude. I reckon chimps have monk strength. I don't think you're.
No, I agree. I think yeah.
I can't beat it.
Chimps, you're gone. You're getting killed.
Mano?
Let me look up a chimpanzee. Oh, shh.
Yeah, no, you're gone.
Saw pictures of yourself.
Come off it. That, with a bit of monk strength, with a bit of
I
anger.
said no. I
Can I
said
see it? Can I
no.
see what it
Yeah,
looks like?
dude.
You think you can beat it?
No, I don't.
Yeah, nah.
If you'll have a bit of oomph about it, dude. No
You
way,
reckon it's
man.
a close fight or you reckon you're getting
Nah,
boxed?
I do.
Maybe.
Close. No, close. I'm losing,
Maybe
but
for you,
closer.
but I'm not
closer.
The chimps also have an aerial advantage. They've got to press X to jump and then bang, you're gone, dude. You're gone.
True.
Yeah, but I'll just build.
Now it's going to the animals with hands, bro. Once they got hands, it's it. We're done.
Yeah.
With strong coordination as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Like a
Exactly.
dog.
They have animal instincts, bro.
There's also a bit of intelligence with a chimp. There is. There is slight intelligence.
I agree.
I think, I think I'm getting shredded. I think
Yeah,
chimps would like.
it's not even
literally-
close.
I don't think I'm
It's not
lasting a
close.
minute here. I think 30 seconds and I'm gone.
It's all over. All right, the next one. Can you beat a king cobra in a street fight?
Hey, sure I can.
This is nuance. It's specialty, right? As long as you get it right, 100% can.
Exactly. I know my
But there
moves.
is... So,
Yeah, bring a flute with me.
I got him.
but one wrong move, you're literally dead. Done. Not,
King
the,
Cobra-
not the eagle where it gets your eye, you have a bit. You're done.
King Cobra's deadly, right?
I would assume so.
What's the snake technique? You're meant to grab like one at the front, one at the back, right?
You're meant to grab the tail and
Yeah.
then grab it just behind its like head.
behind its
I don't
head.
think you're supposed to grab the tail because like you grab the tail and it turns
Mate,
around
every
and bites
snake
you.
catching video
Yeah.
I've seen, they grab it by the tail.
They grab both. I'm pretty sure you're meant to hold
You're meant
it
to
like
grab
this.
the tail and then
Yeah.
the head like that, and
Yeah.
then that's it.
But I don't know if that's a killing technique. That's a
No,
grabbing
that's just
technique.
that's
right?
just a.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's
surely you just fold it up and then I don't know.
Make it a little bonbon. Little Christmas tree.
time.
You got to pull.
You know what? I reckon once you grab that snake,
Yeah,
like that
once
way,
you have it, it's game over. You just whack it against a
you're
rock or
whacking it,
something.
Yeah.
What's the snake's time to kill? Because like you could get bit.
TTK.
TTK. Because you could get bit.
Has
Right?
been nerfed.
But the poison might not kill you for an hour. In which case, you can kill the snake in an hour.
But then you're
let's
still
say.
going to die then.
But you got medical treatment.
But I haven't.
Yeah. Remember,
After the
it's just
fight.
about winning the fight, which I think this one you'll win the fight, but you may die. You may see heaven in
No,
the
because
next hour.
if that's the logic, it'll bite. You, like let it bite. You know.
But I don't know if the TTK is an hour. It could be like minutes. Like you could. You have.
I think it
literally
is
to
minutes,
live.
dude. I think it is minutes.
Well,
Actually, no, it might because have you seen the video of? Oh, it was a famous video on Reddit. It's like it shows what the cobra venom does to blood.
You like it hardens straight away. A king cobra can kill a human in 15 minutes.
I'm killing it.
So let's say it bites you and you kill it straight away.
If you
Can
get
you
the
kill it
antidote,
and get the antidote in
will you
15
survive?
minutes? Do you
Yeah.
reckon?
Yeah, you have all the medical resources in the world. That's what we're saying after the street fight.
You've done the fight.
Oh, then-
anti-venom on-
then yeah,
on-
yeah.
yeah, you just let yourself get bitten.
It'll be
Fucking
You
squeeze
try to
it.
anticipate its moves. It's sort of like an Elden Ring boss. You know, you little dodge and weave a bit. You get bit, it's all over, but you win the next fight.
I mean, ideally, you don't want to get bit though. You want to try and beat it without.
But you at
getting
least
bit.
know if you get bit, you have a 15-minute window.
exactly.
But is that not terrifying? Like
It is. No, 100% is.
and it's like the clock starts.
the fact that I have to fight a king cobra in the first place is fucking terrifying.
All right, but we saw 3-0. For some reason, I don't know. Like even Americans, only 15% of them think they can beat a king.
They probably
cobra in a
haven't
fight.
thought this much into it.
And 7% of Brits. Can you beat a kangaroo in a street fight?
Nah.
No, fucking way.
No way.
No way.
Have you not seen the
They're
guy boxing
ripped,
him?
bro.
I did.
He was getting some hits on him. The kangaroo can't win.
Yeah, I don't know why that kangaroo didn't fight him back properly.
Look, you'll get 2 hits and you're getting pounded back, dude. You're
if he
getting
just
knocked.
kicks you once, you're gone. It'll break a couple of your ribs.
Yeah.
And you've
You're
seen
gone.
what happens when your car hits a fucking kangaroo.
Yeah, your car
gets
ridden
fucking
off.
munted. That's just pure muscle. That's no way.
But, like realistically, the kangaroo can only kill you if it punches. Like it's not going to grab you and choke you out.
No, if
It's
it kicks you as well.
kicking and punching, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I reckon the kangaroos get tired after kicking after a while.
Got strength. It's got
What do you mean they hop for days?
Dude,
What do you mean
it's
they'll get tired after a couple of kicks?
stamina,
Nah,
strength.
the
You're
fucking
not
Joey in the pouch will get me as well, man.
dude. They got a big tail as well.
Yeah,
Nah,
there's
dude.
nothing.
No way,
With my
man.
experience with a kangaroo, there's like a zoo, like where you can feed kangaroos and stuff.
They closed that, by the way.
Oh, they closed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was kind of scared when you would feed the kangaroos. This baby kangaroo, we were approaching, we're like, oh, cute little fucker. And then the mother comes, just slowly, menacingly, just like hopping
Comes
towards us.
towards
We're like,
you,
you know
yeah.
what? We're done feeding. We're out.
And
We're
they're
out.
big as well. They're tall. They're like 6'4".
And you can
6
see
foot.
the muscly veins.
Yeah. They're
No way.
ripped.
There's no way.
We're gone.
All right, 3-0. Kangaroo wins there. 5% of Brits think they can beat a kangaroo. 14% of Americans think they can.
Americans deluded.
What about a wolf? Can you beat a wolf in a street fight? This is a dog.
Isn't that just the same as a big dog?
You're using the let it bite your arm technique in this one as well.
I think this one, wolves are a little smarter. They do have the
They're natural predators.
forest knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think a wolf. No.
There's like a dire wolf from Game of Thrones. All those things are massive.
Yeah. No.
It'll maul you.
I don't think.
A house large dog that is a bit angry won't. I reckon doesn't have more power,
Yes, it does.
I think it does.
but not to the extent of a wolf.
No, obviously
Yeah.
not. No.
I think my tactic with a wolf wouldn't work. I'll take one bite, but by the time I go for the hook, it's
just-
it's stepping back and then pouncing on me, and I'm gone.
Try and bite your jugular.
Exactly. Yeah. Nah. Wolf.
No
I'm
way.
not.
There's no chance.
3-0. Wolf wins again. Look, the rest of them, let's be real, all right? We got... Okay, sure. I'm just going to name them out. And you're just going to tell me if you can beat them, right? Because this could go on all day and I don't think you're beating any other animals. All right, so can you beat a crocodile in a fight?
Nope.
No way.
Can you
No
beat a gorilla in a fight?
Definitely not.
Do you think you can beat a lion in a fight?
Nope.
Do you think you can beat an elephant in a street fight?
Could I?
Bruh. Yeah, how am I going to fight an elephant? Put it
Dare I suggest
A little chokehold.
elephant will be slow.
And? No, but you're going to punch it, are you?
No, but you know there's bosses in video games that have like 1 million HP, right?
Yeah.
But you still got to beat them.
Bro, you're not
still
beating
gotta
an
hit.
elephant.
Hide a bit,
Dude,
hit again.
you're
hide a bit.
mad.
Oh,
I
I
reckon
see.
hitting an elephant is like a fly. It's like a fly.
I reckon that'd hurt my hand.
You might as well punch a wall at that point.
I don't think. Yeah. There's no way with any of your body parts you could beat an elephant.
All right. And the last one, can you beat a grizzly bear in a fight?
Not even close.
Nah.
Apparently 6% of Americans think they can be a grizzly.
Yeah, because they'll get their
The
shotgun,
Revenant.
bro.
Yeah, because they probably all think they have
Exactly.
weapons.
Well, this is street fight rule, so like no one. It's 0%.
I will get absolutely grizzled.
Righty, that brings us to the end of another episode. It was good to have all the boys here. It was very nice. Kush, will we see you next week?
Nah.
All right, beautiful.
To be fair, I think these days it's danger of anyone missing it now.
That is true. That is true.
That's except for you. You can't afford to. If you enjoyed this week's episode, give us a 5-star rating. Let us know if you agree with our animal fighting. Let us know if we're way off.
Yeah.
Let us know
Mike
if,
Tyson over there, no. If you back him.
or let us know if you think Kush is a bit too obsessed with fighting animals.
A bit too detailed in his approaches.
But where can people find us, Manny?
You can find us on any podcast website, application, Google, Spotify, Apple,
Amazon.
Podchaser,
Stitcher.
Amazon, what name you? YouTube as well. You can see
Big up
visually Kush's techniques on how he would
Especially this week. He showed us all the techniques.
how he would grab, fight, choke,
A goose.
submit. See all that. You can find that on YouTube. Subscribe there so we can see you guys next week.